10 of the most haunted places in Texas. Number 1. Old Alton Bridge is an iron truss bridge with a decidedly unsettling past and a spooky appearance. Oscar Washburn, a black man who went by the Goat Man, established a prosperous company in the region in the late 1930s. Unfortunately, the local KKK, angered by his success, abducted him one night in 1938. He was pulled from his house, bound and a noose put around his neck, and thrown over the Old Alton Bridge. However, when they peered over the side, they discovered that Washburn had vanished without a trace and the noose was empty. Alton Bridge is a real bridge, and considering there is water underneath it, where did he go? Today, the bridge is supposedly home to strange noises, lights, apparitions and red eyes watching you from a distance. Goatman's Bridge has a lot of hidden gems if you dare to visit. Locals warn you to always, keep your headlights on when crossing the bridge, as driving with them off makes the Goatman think you're in the KKK, and you don't want to make him angry. Number 2. USS Lexington is in the great city of Corpus Christi. The USS Lexington, also known as the Blue Ghost, has been the subject of many ghost stories over the years and one of the most supernatural ships to ever set sail. The history of the ship is fascinating. The Tokyo Rose broadcasters gave it the name the Blue Ghost during the war. The ship kept turning up after the Japanese Navy thought it was destroyed. Today, the public can take self-guided or guided tours of the decommissioned World War II aircraft carrier USS Lexington. The flight deck, virtual battle stations, a Pearl Harbor exhibit, and more are available for viewing. But there's a chance you'll run into ghosts wherever you go on board. Charlie, a ghost on the ship who has piercing blue eyes and a complete Navy uniform, is the most well-known one. He frequently appears in engine room number 2 and occasionally addresses guests as if he were a tour guide. Other ghosts on the carrier are believed to include a chief petty officer, a Japanese fighter pilot, and the shadows of numerous dead soldiers and sailors who perished there. Given that the wiring is almost 80 years old, it is a feat when the lights occasionally turn on and off by themselves. Number 3. Emily Morgan Hotel San Antonio. Not only is it number 3 on our list, but it is actually the third most haunted hotel in Texas. A 4-star hotel with a frightening past is called the Emily Morgan Hotel. Before it became a hotel in the early 1900s, the location housed a medical arts building. It included several medical offices, not least of which was a morgue in the basement. Numerous hotel guests have reported experiencing cold spots, flickering lights, weird odors, and other paranormal phenomena, which suggests that ghosts from the previous structure are still present. Every floor has a horrible story to tell. By far, the 14th is thought to be the most eerie. It was previously a psychiatric hospital and a place where bodies were stored. Nonetheless, it was technically the 13th floor but was renamed for superstitious reasons. Additionally, there have been stories of people hearing voices in the hotel's eerie hallways. Number 4. The Alamo, San Antonio, Texas. Remember the Alamo, the battle cry that every Texan knows. A significant historical landmark in Texas, the Alamo also seems to be haunted. This Spanish mission, which dates back to the 18th century, served as the setting for the infamous Battle of the Alamo in 1836, which claimed the lives of hundreds of Mexican soldiers and 182 Texans. Texas's San Antonio is home to the Eerie Alamo Mission. The mission was converted into a jail by the city in the middle of the 19th century, and ghost stories began almost immediately. Only a few weeks had passed since the Battle of the Alamo when the first recorded sighting of the paranormal activity occurred. Santa Anna took roughly 1,500 of his soldiers with him when he departed San Antonio, leaving about 1,000 men behind to manage the insurgents in San Antonio. However, Sam Houston and his freedom fighters managed to capture Santa Anna at San Jacinto in April 1836. Santa Anna retaliated by sending messengers to command the Alamo's destruction. His wish, however, was not to be granted, as 6 fully formed ghosts suddenly materialized in front of the mission's front doors, brandishing fiery sabers and crying, "Do not touch the Alamo, do not touch these walls." As the Mexican forces drew near the church with flaming torches, despite the threats of their superiors, the Mexicans fled in terror and refused to come back. Some claim that these beings were monks guarding the mission, while others claim that they were Alamo defenders. Prisoners reported seeing ghosts and hearing odd noises. The issue became so severe that multiple articles were published in the local press and the jail had trouble retaining staff. Visitors to the Alamo today have reported seeing a variety of figures and roving entities, including a blonde youngster in a gift shop's upper window, a cowboy with a black duster, and a woman by a well. Number 5. Worley Hospital, Pampa in North Texas. This hospital has some very strange occurrences. Built in the middle of the 20th century, the Worley Hospital served the neighborhood for about 40 years until closing its doors. Despite the hospital being locked and deserted, neighbors claim to have seen figures in the abandoned windows of old patient rooms and operating rooms. Does that look like a person standing in a window to anyone else? The most recent appearance of the facility was on an episode of A&E's Ghost Hunters, where a ghostly nurse named Mary who passed away there was allegedly captured on video. Despite the absence of food nearby, strange swarms of rodents and bugs are also said to frequently occur in the building. Number 6. Jackson Square Apartments located in Amarillo, the Yellow Rose of Texas, aka Palo Duro Apartments. After hosting multiple killings, the apartment complex has been vacant for years. The apparition of a guy hanging from a noose and the ghostly apparition of an elderly woman who frequently inhabits her apartment on the 4th floor have both been spotted in the building, where a man shot numerous people who opened their apartment doors. Visitors to the 2nd floor have described seeing bloodstains, red lights, and a scary shadowy figure, who is said to be the spirit of a murder victim who was stabbed many years ago. Additionally, a lot of individuals have reported hearing unusual noises and seeing a pregnant woman fall from the 3rd floor before she vanished. Banquo Ace Duan Logan, 31, was killed in the apartments as part of one such incident. At Jackson Square, Logan was a well-known figure. But Logan was planning to leave, unlike most of the neighbors. However, things took a sad turn when he and a friend were packing up apartment 31. Logan's wild ex was not pleased that he had a child with his current girlfriend, so she made the decision to repeatedly stab him in the neck. There were other problems in these Amarillo apartments than murder. Numerous locals have also encountered ghostly activity. Over the years, there have been several ghost stories. One interesting tale describes a young girl who was playing outside innocently when she heard a voice say, "Hello." She saw a girl her age when she turned around. It was wonderful to have a playmate, but then she discovered something very odd. This girl was hovering in the air without any legs. Her elegant white outfit was stained with blood. How did this young girl fare? We'll never know because the young girl playing outside passed out from fear. Although the building was destroyed in 2015, the stories endure. The place to be used to be the apartment complex at 1601 S Jackson. It was once known as the Palo Duro Apartments when it was constructed in 1926. They were very nice back then. 36 quaint units made up the structure. The corridors were adorned with lovely images of the tenants. Additionally, there was a finished basement and even a rooftop garden. Number 7. The White Sanitarium, Wichita Falls, Texas. Texas. If you enjoy the paranormal, you already know that a spooky, abandoned institution is one of the scariest places on earth. There are certainly no exceptions to the rule, including the White Sanitarium in Wichita Falls, Texas. The asylum may be so haunted because of some very bizarre experiments that were allegedly conducted there, according to a long-running myth. Visitors report hearing children screaming, seeing lights flash on and off, and even spotting several ghosts seated and playing cards. What a brave soul. The building was reportedly purchased by a private individual who now resides there. The house is allegedly haunted, according to someone who has lived there. There aren't any authentically haunted homes in Texas that can also claim to have been a haunted asylum, I guarantee it. Number 8. The Littlefield home in Austin may resemble a lovely fairy castle, but don't be fooled, it's one of Texas' most spooky homes. Alice Littlefield, the former mistress of the mansion, is rumored to haunt it. It makes perfect sense that she has persisted after her death because it is claimed that she was insane and that she rarely left the house when she was alive. People have heard her playing the piano and frequently see her strolling around upstairs. From upstairs, a melancholy piano playing can be heard. The person who played it the most regularly in real life was Alice Littlefield, so it seems natural that her spirit still does in the afterlife. Currently owned by the University of Texas, the Littlefield house is off limits to the general public. Do not let this deter you from exploring the grounds of the estate. You never know, you might be fortunate enough to see Alice's face in the windows on the upper floors. Number 9. The Fort Worth Zoo. Yes, the zoo. This is not your typical place that you would think is haunted. A haunting can occasionally be undetectable. The ghosts, though, are actually the biggest issue at the Fort Worth Zoo. The zoo's history claims that Michael Bell, an elephant trainer who was killed by a bull elephant in 1987, and a woman in white holding a parasol frequently stroll the premises. He is seen ambling between the zebra and elephant cages. Number 10. Next on the list of Texas' most haunted locations is Hotel Galvez in the seaport city of Galveston. It's astonishing that there are still openings for the living in this location given the volume of reported apparitions. Back in Galveston's golden age, when the city was referred to as Las Vegas of the South, this 226-room hotel originally opened its doors. Audra, the lovelorn lady, is the most well-known ghost guest. According to folklore, the 25-year-old woman killed herself by hanging herself in the hotel's west turret after believing in error that her husband had perished at sea. She allegedly makes appearances all throughout the 5th floor, particularly close to room 501. Sister Catherine, a nun who perished in the horrific 1900 hurricane that also killed 10 other sisters and 90 children from the St. Mary's Orphans Asylum, is another well-known apparition. As recently as 2020, there have been terrible incidents at the hotel. A lot of visitors find it impossible to sleep through the night in room 505, which is rumored to be haunted. The ghost is believed to occasionally be detected at the hotel by an odd gardenia aroma. The spirit known as the Lovelorn Lady has been observed pacing the hotel's 5th floor corridors. Some of the places in this video are still open and can be visited. Would you be brave enough to go there, or have you already been there? Let us know in the comments below, and please hit the like, subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching.